Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about some of the top things that I really like about living in Davao and some of the things that I don't like about living in Davao. Stick around. Alright, so instead of looking at my face here, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around so you guys can see what I see. This is the walk from my condo to SM City Mall. Alright, so number one, first thing that I really like about living in Davao, unlike some other cities, is that nature is extremely close by. I can drive basically 10 minutes out into the out of the city here, and I can be up in Jack's Ridge with a beautiful view of the city and night lights. And I went hiking the other day, and that was only about 15 or 20 minutes out. So everything is extremely close here. And this is not a comparison video of between different cities, but I will mention that Cebu, you have to travel quite a ways out of the city and through a lot of traffic to get to those places. And in Davao, you don't. So just real quickly here, I will show you all these places along the side of the road here are set up because we have construction of building a new condo, and so they set up and they sell their food and drinks and everything for the construction workers. And you can see that going on here. Okay, so another thing I like about Davao is it's not too heavy on foreigners. You really, when you go out, you rarely see a foreigner. If you do, they're usually at like some of the typical hangout spots like Starbucks and TGI Fridays and things like that. So if you're looking for a smaller crowd of expats and foreigners, then Davao is probably a good option for you as well. So the third thing I really like about Davao, this is the new condo coming up called Maldives. And there up here on the right is actually the luxury apartments that, the big apartments that I showed you guys the other day. Anyway, the third thing that I like about Davao is the friendliness of the people. And related to that, I do want to mention, and I'm not saying anything bad about Filipinas anywhere else, but in Davao, it seems much less likely that they ever, if you're chatting with the Filipino on a dating site, that they ever ask you for load or for taxi money. It just doesn't seem to happen like in Cebu. Again, nothing against women in Cebu. You can find great women and Filipinas everywhere, But here it just seems to be a lot less frequent, and I don't know why that is. It seems like most of the girls are employed too. In Cebu, every time I chat with girls, the majority of them, we can't go that way, okay. You're being told not to go there. This is like a new strip center with shops and stuff before reaching SM City here. And so those are some of the things I really like. Now, some of the things that I like is Davao is a kind of a more conservative, a quieter city versus like Manila and Cebu. While it does get traffic and stuff, it doesn't get the traffic as much as Cebu because it's much more spread out. So by the time you watch this video, I'm just a couple of days of leaving Davao. and I'll be leaving, and I likely won't be coming back as far as living here, not at this point anyway. I'm off to new destinations, and I have decided Davao's not going to be the place where I settle down. Walk by this music. Alright, we're on the main road now. And so the length that you've been watching the video is how long it took to get to the main road, which is right where SM City is. You can see it right there. And it's a big mall. It's actually separated by two buildings with a skywalk in between. A lot of stuff nearby here. A lot of apartments, a lot of condos, new condos being built. A lot of shops and banks and stores all over the place. So it's a very convenient place to live. It's also, like I said, just minutes away from nature too. So back to some of the things that I didn't really like about Davao is, one, it is such a massive city that it's so spread out that it takes you just a long time if you want to get out of Davao and go to another city to go explore nature or go see some sights. It takes quite a long time to get out of the city. Another thing is Davao is kind of landlocked. In other words, it is on the water, but they don't really have a ferry system here. So that cuts down the transportation for you. So if you want to take a trip, your only option really is a bus or airplane. They don't have the ferries. Again, this is not a comparison video of other cities, but Cagayan de Oro, for example, you have the option of hopping on a ferry and going to Cebu and Bohol and Dumaguete and Camiguin Island, and with Davao you just don't have that. So this place, they set up on the side of the road every day, sell food, people walking by. We get across the busy road here to SM City. I actually enjoy the walk because I get my my steps in and my exercise. I guess we could walk. In the Philippines, they don't really stop for you. You just kind of play Frogger and go across. Now the mall doesn't open until 10 o'clock, but the coffee shop opens earlier than that. So I don't like that the malls are all spread out. However, they are all on the same road, which makes it pretty convenient to go from mall to mall. Again, not a comparison video of cities, but places like Cagayan de Oro, General Santos, all the malls are next to each other, which makes it very easy. So, and here's all the jeepneys lining up, waiting for customers. So those are some of the things that I really like and that I don't really like. Decorated for the Chinese New Year. So I'll flip the camera here. Alright guys, so just a quick walk and talk to show you really how far from the condo or those apartments to get to SM City, to where your grocery store, your restaurants, your coffee shops and everything are. You know, and they have curbside restaurants here, McDonald's, Shakey's Pizza, where you just pull up, park here, and or order your food and go. Or you can, of course, have a food panda have it delivered. Anyway, the coffee shop is right up here. By the way, this call center, or excuse me, this mall has 2 big call centers. So if you're a single guy, not a bad place to go and meet some young professional women who have probably very good English skills. So anyway, guys, I'm going to grab my coffee. Questions, comments, comment down below. Like I said, I just have a couple more days here in Davao, and then I'll be leaving and I won't be back. So this is maybe one more video in Davao, and that's probably it. So, all right, see you guys. Bye.
Come on, move along. I said, baby, I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it real slow.